What's up, I Like Scary? We are back. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having an awesome day. It feels great to be a horror fan. So you guys, we're going to talk about some Halloween and speculations and theories today. Something I've been thinking about the past few days. So, I don't know how long you guys been following, like, you know, the Halloween ends, you know, lead up. You know, with all these interviews with David Gordon Green and everything, since Kills ended. You know, so to be real specific, I don't know if you guys remember, but David Gordon Green, I want to say it was David Gordon Green, someone mentioned a bulldozer. Now I told you guys, I knew someone that was dealing with Halloween dens and everything, but they couldn't go through with it. They was in Kills, they had a nice scene in there, but they had got the email basically with, you know, cave dwellers, and they needed someone to operate a forklift and a bulldozer. David Gordon Green actually said that also. So, that a bulldozer be in effect. I was thinking this, you guys. What if before the 4-year time jump, before we get the 4-year time jump, and this will explain a lot, that I'm not saying it will be Laurie, I'm not saying that it will be Allison, but maybe it will be the town of Haddonfield. And they lose their shit when they find out Michael has survived that freaking street scene with the mob. He survived. And then they hear the screams from, you know, Allison and everyone else that Judy Greer, aka Karen, is dead. And it shows that Michael is alive. So I'm not saying it will happen in the same night. Maybe, you know, stuff happens where they take Laurie and Allison, you know, they take Allison and Laurie away from the scene. They're crying, they're screaming. And maybe someone takes it upon themselves to take down the Myers house. Like almost out of anger type of thing. I'm not saying vandalize it, like literally tear it down. Like, what if someone bulldozed it? You obviously see how crazy that mob got in Kills. What if someone bulldozed that house and, like, Michael, after he kills Karen, yes, he was in the window, but you know sometimes Michael, he just wanders out. He just walks. Maybe we get a scene like Halloween 2. You know how he was, you know, Mr. Elrod. Maybe he's just wandering. He's just leaving, right? Because he sees, you know, he has attention on him. Police and everything are out there. So someone takes the house down before the 4-year time jump. And that's probably how, you know, we kind of hop over into the 4 years. And they're thinking, they're happy. And this explains why after 4 years, they're like, man, we're feeling great. We're feeling great. The Myers house is gone. We don't have to worry about him. At least he's not dealing with us right now or whatever. And remember, Lonnie said, if you line up all Michael's victims, they're leading to his house. But they take it out. They take the house out, right? They tear it down. Just like a lot of people have been talking about this bulldozer. It gets taken down there in 4 years. And you know, we see in the trailer that this Corey character, Corey Cunningham's in a freaking sewer. He gets choked out by Michael. And yeah, Michael freaking, like, just, I don't know, he's just choking him out. Maybe, you know, he escapes. I heard people say he can possibly escape. He can possibly, you know, die right there. They're all saying he's also could possibly be the copycat killer. We don't know. It cannot be Corey. Maybe Corey's innocent. I even played with the theory, maybe what if Corey makes it to the end and helps out Allison and possibly Laurie if she's alive. Maybe he becomes like a hero. Maybe he's like a hero in a way. He sacrificed himself. He could do anything. Maybe, you know, like you know, you can play with that theory. But what if where this sewer thing happened is like kind of like, what if it's under the Myers house? Like, what if it's like near it or something like that, this sewer? And you know, what if it's like that? And maybe Laurie, obviously they moved and, you know, they got a new house that I'm assuming that's Laurie's house. And you know, they're saying, I've seen that they say like Laurie lives with Allison. So what if they moved after the house was torn down? What if that made them kind of definitely attached? Even after what Hawkins told Laurie, it's not about you. And look, they're getting consistent years without Michael. He's not capturing anything. He's just gone. And they're like, yes, the house was key. But Allison has this feeling where Michael still's out there. She can't stomach the fact that he's still out there, right? So maybe Corey, him, you know, just going down in the sewers, maybe he is obsessed with Michael in a way, or maybe he's just curious and he goes down in this sewer that's near the Myers house. It's like, where did he go? Where did Michael go after this house has been torn down? But they go in the sewer. Corey goes in the sewer. He goes in the sewer, right? And remember I told you guys Corey can possibly be obsessed with Michael. You know, it's Christine theory. And he goes down there and Michael is choking him. And they're just tussling. Maybe he does steal Michael's mask and gets off on Michael. He's running. He gets away. And remember I told you, maybe he has this obsession with Michael. And he's like kind of looking at the house where it was after it got tore down. And he sees this sewer. He's looking probably like. And he goes down there one night, you know, just being curious. He takes the mask and then he just immediately thinks like, I can make Michael's name come back to life. What if I put this mask on and goes to Laurie, and I find out, you know, where's Laurie Strode? And that's why he gets cool with Allison. Now, it's nothing about like being evil. He just wants Michael's name to be alive. You know, he wants Haddonfield to be scared again. And if that makes sense, he's real like attached to Michael's legacy, the boogeyman. And he does it. But he gets the info through Allison. Remember, Allison, matter of fact, go back. Allison lives with her grandmother. Laurie lives with Allison from what I'm hearing. So possibly in the synopsis and the plot. So what if he knows, yeah, hey, that's your grandmother. Hey, Laurie Strode, didn't you have that thing going on with Michael? You know, and she's like, yes. And stuff like that. And he knows where she lives. And on Halloween night, he tries to prank her. Like I've told you guys, and it backfires on him because that's what brings Michael out the sewers. You took my mask, and if he's by the Myers house, he's automatically, you know, he's up and back in Haddonfield. Say that, but that is if Allison and Laurie doesn't leave Haddonfield like I thought they would. They just leave. They just got a new house somewhere out there, you know. And yeah, and Michael comes out the sewers, and he happens to see like Allison. And guess what that leads up to, you guys? A stalking scene. He's just looking, you hear the... And he's just looking, and Allison's walking, you know, maybe she has like a book bag or something. Or maybe she's getting in her car, and yeah. And then he finds out where Laurie can be and whatever, and you know, maybe Corey kind of... It's, you know, I don't know, you guys. Maybe Corey's the reason that he gets in contact with Laurie because he's being sloppy with that, you know, with that POV. Maybe Michael's looking right at him. Right behind that POV, we see Michael looking right at Corey. He follows him in that house. And that's where that battle takes place, obviously, because she has on that sky blue shirt. Maybe he comes in right behind him, he's downstairs. And she's like, she sees freaking Michael like, she's like, get the fuck out my house. I don't know who you are. Get out. You're not my... And then right. And someone just like... And it's really Michael. And he charges at her and she's looking at him and it's really him. She's like, oh, they're really fighting and he's back. Boom, 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 boom. And yeah. I'm not saying this happens in, you know, the beginning. And I'm just saying this is part of after. You know, and it's sometime in the 4-year time jump where we get this going. But yeah, what if the 4-year time jump, what kind of made this result happen was the house being torn down the night of kills or a night after. And that's why Michael's in the sewers. Because he has nowhere to go, but he's staying real close to that area where the house was. Because I don't care what you guys were talking about. When he's in that window, it's some type of attachment. Like you said, maybe he's not looking out. Maybe he's looking in at himself. After he kills Karen, they show you what he's looking at, himself. I think it's attachment, man. And I think that's why, you know, I feel that can possibly happen. They take the house from him, man. And they see how, if he comes back to the house, because Lonnie stated that in kills, if you line up all of Michael's kills, he goes back to the house. But yeah, Corey is very curious, and he goes in the sewer that's near the Myers house. He looks underground, and he gets what he's looking for. And also, you guys, I want to touch on this. I was thinking, you guys, I really think that Allison's going to take the last blow at Myers. I think she is, man. And I remember that Laurie has stated in an article with the Salon, she said that I never understood what a final girl meant until I filmed this movie. And I know people are like, bro, final girls don't die and stuff. But what if she means like the ultimate final girl? She risks and sacrifices her life for Allison. Allison, you don't deserve this. I'm gonna leave. It was my obsession with Michael. He did not care about me that caused these murders. Even though I try to tell you guys to protect yourself, Allison, you know, and she just steps in. She's like, no, grandmother. And he stabs her. And then we kind of get a remade 78. Now, this is where I get happy. We do get some chasing scenes with Laurie, though. But in the end, it leads up to her, you know, dying and risking her life for her granddaughter. But Allison becomes angry. And she has this rage. And she wants, you know, she has no one now. And now she has to think. She has to think alone. Or maybe they can even throw a character in there like Hawkins. Hawkins could be next to her, or you know Hawkins, or maybe Corey becomes like he felt that he did wrong by dressing up as Michael when he's trying to step in, and he risked his life for Allison also. You know how it goes, you guys. But I feel like Allison's going to be the one to take the last blow, and it's going to be real brutal, possibly whatever she does, because she definitely deserves it, you guys. No one took as much, as Allison, man, and lost in Halloween franchise. I feel she's took a loss, man, in this. But I think, and another thing, I won't be mad at her. I would like to see Allison take the last blow, or Laurie, or maybe they just do a tag team thing. They end it together, and because like I said, they never said that Laurie will die. It just makes sense, Maybe Laurie does walks out with her hand up, and she's like, I did it. I took out the boogeyman, and or it can be something like this, you guys. Listen to me. And I'm going to end it off. They kill Michael. They kill him. They do what they do. Or they put an end to this shit. But you can't kill the boogeyman. And they're driving into the sunset. And she's like, they're playing Mr. Sandman. And then you see Laurie, she's looking out the window. But Michael has fucked her up. He stabbed her in the stomach. He sliced her a lot. She's just looking out the window. And they're playing Mr. Sandman, bring me in. And you hear like wind, you hear kids laughing, like kids laughing. The sun's rising, and you don't see Laurie blink, and she's just like in the passenger seat. And she's like, no, Allison's like, Grandma, stay with me. Stay with me. And and it's like, what the and that's how she dies off. It's not even like an impact where he just gets her brutal. It's a slow send off where Laurie's she just dies slowly from like bleeding out. And I think that would be a crazy way to go out. We will walk out. I will cry, bro. Like, I will cry. Or if they play this, you guys, then we're going to end it off. That I wish I had you all alone. Just the two of... And bro, it will just be crazy. And she's just looking out the window. And she just dies in the car with Allison. They're driving. But they did defeat the boogeyman. And it kind of will... Bro, that ending will be fucking wild. Or maybe say if Corey does survive. And Corey's the one they take in. Like, maybe he's in the back seat. And maybe after he kills Michael, he wants to take the mask or something. Like, and he's in the back seat, and Allison screaming like, no, stay with me. And Corey's like, what the fuck, Allison? And they zoom in on the mask that's in the back seat with Corey. And then it's just, something like that. I'm just playing around. This is just speculation and theories. But that Laurie ending will be crazy. But you guys, unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I want you guys to comment down below what you guys think about what we just talked about. And don't forget to hit me on my social medias at I Like Scary on Instagram, I Like Scary77 on TikTok, Brandon on Facebook, and I Like Scary on Twitter. And don't forget, you guys, become a member of Patreon and get exclusive content and benefits of the channel. And also, right there where it says subscribe, next to it, you can click join and become a member of the channel. Get exclusive content and benefits such as private live watch parties. Don't forget to check out the merch store. Got some new stuff over there. Yeah, you guys. Watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. I love you all. Peace.